I'm Stefania at Baker Brothers Jewellers in Bedford. I work in the repairs team here at Baker Brothers, and today I'm going to be answering some questions that we often get asked by our wonderful customers. Why is it important to have your jewellery serviced? It's really important to have your jewellery serviced and checked whenever you can. When you're wearing a piece of jewellery all the time, you don't always realise just how many knocks it can take on a daily basis. So by coming in store, we can have a look at it for you, make sure your stones are secure, make sure your claws are still intact, because if they're not, you run the risk of losing your gemstones. So what happens when your jewellery needs repairing? So what we would do is get you to come down to our boutique. We'll then have a look at your item with our eyeglass and then get it off to our amazing goldsmith who we worked with for over 20 years. They'll assess the item for you in their workshop, and from then they'll provide you a quote, and if you're happy with that, we can get it proceeded for you. So white gold does not exist. So how white gold is made is, at liquid form, they take the yellow gold, they add alloys such as silver and palladium, turn it into like a champagne colour, and finally it's rhodium plated, which is when you see that beautiful white finish that you see in all of white gold jewellery. So what is rhodium plating? So over time you may find that your white gold jewellery can wear away and the yellow starts to come through. What we offer here at Baker Brothers is an amazing service by having your rings or jewellery rhodium plated. It brings it back to that beautiful white finish. So how often should I have my jewellery rhodium plated? Well, it really does depend on the wearer and how often you wear your jewellery. But if you start to notice that your jewellery is looking a little bit dull, just come in and see us and we can bring it back to that beautiful white finish that you fell in love with at the start. How many sizes can my rings be resized to? So it does depend on your rings, but however, what we would do is get you into our boutique, we'll have a little look at it for you. We'll measure your finger, and then from there we can work out how safely the rings can be adjusted either up or down in size. Retipping is the process when the setter rebuilds the claws in your jewellery. Over time, what you might find is that your gemstones could become loose and your claws could wear down. By having this done, it ensures that your gemstones are secure in their settings for many years to come. So what is pearl restringing? Over time you may find that your pearls have become loose or even come undone. What we would provide is a service to have them restrung for you. We would always recommend having them restrung, knotted in between, so if you were to have them pulled or tugged, you're more likely going to lose one pearl, not the whole strand. So how can I care for my jewellery? Now, funny enough, jewellery is not supposed to be worn all the time. Always take it off when you're going to the gym, when you're gardening, and even in bed. People don't always realise this, but it does keep the life of your jewellery going so much longer when you do these things. Storing your jewellery correctly is another factor. Making sure you have a separate jewellery box for all your precious pieces so nothing rubs against each other, especially with pearls, for example. Making sure that you're not spraying perfume directly onto your jewellery. All these factors will keep it going so much longer. Will my jewellery look the same after it's been repaired? Well, I can honestly say it won't. It's going to look even better. It'll have so much more life, so much more sparkle. You really will notice that the moment you see it. The only time your jewellery will come back looking completely different is if you had something completely custom made or bespoke for you. But even so, you'll be absolutely blown away by the results.